Let's consider this question. We are still working on differentiation. All right. This one has to do with a logarithmic function. Remember, in calculus, especially in differentiation, we have the polynomial function, which is algebraic. We have the trigonometric. We have the logarithmic and the exponential function, as well as hyperbolic functions. So here, this one is a logarithmic function. But before you solve this question, I want you to quickly recall the standard derivative for any logarithmic function we have. We have two basic logarithmic functions. So it is classified into two. So I want you to have this at the back of your mind. The first one you need to look at. If I have log x to base a, so the standard derivative of this now is going to give me 1 over x, the log of, then this a, this e, log of e to base a. So automatically to turn to the log of e to base what? A. That is when you have the log of x to base what? A. Now, if I have the log of x now to base e, so automatically I am going to have 1 over x log e to base e. So in logarithm, the log of a number to that same number is 1. So automatically this one is what? 1. So therefore the standard derivative of log x to base e is what? 1 over what? X. So we are going to work towards this. So having this in mind, so we're going to what? Work towards this. But before we do this, I don't want to use what is called a function of a function, or chain rule rather. But let me just try to first of all simplify. Okay. Remember that in logarithm, when we have log x to base a, then minus log y to base a. So it will give you what's called what? The quotient what? Log, which will then become what? Log x over y to base what? A. So which means here we are having this kind of what? Scenario, which means this one is what? Liking to be x, and here it represents what? Y. So at the end of the day, we are going to express this like this, then we can now differentiate. Alright, so now let's rewrite this particular question in this form. Let's rewrite it like this. So we're going to have your y equal to log, we have 1 minus x now, still having base a. Then because of this, we're going to be minus log 1 plus x, then to base a. So here we can differentiate what separately now. Differentiate this, differentiate this. You must have this at the back of your mind. So meanwhile, this one represents a function now. So remember, this one is just for only x, and here we're now having a function inside the brackets. Means that what we're going to differentiate is this function, then to multiply what we have here to differentiate what, which is this kind of x now. Are you getting me? So what we do now, we'll say let u equal to this now. If this one is u, if we differentiate, it's going to give us -1. And that -1 is multiplying this. Remember, I am writing it once. I don't want to waste much time on this. So let's differentiate what is inside here. It will give you -1. And that -1 we multiply. Then this becomes another function of what? X now, which is now u. Then differentiate it. It's going to give us what? 1 over 1 minus x now. Then log. Remember, this is what? E. Log e to base what? A. That's for that. That's for this particular one. So this one here. So it means that automatically we don't put this one here again. Just put a -1 all over. Okay. So you just put -1 all over there. Then you come to this place here. You have negative here. Then if you also differentiate here, because you see a function of a function inside here, so you're going to have 1. If you want multiplying it, it's going to give us 1 all over, then 1 plus x, then log e to base a. Alright, so if you notice something here, there is this one that is common here. This one is common. Here is common. This is common. So let's factor it out. Then we then have this and this. Alright. Doing that, there is negative here. At the end of the day, if I have negative 1 over 1 minus x, so automatically if I to put this in a bracket now, it will affect here to become positive positive 1 over what? 1 plus x. Then we have the log e to base a. Alright, so this is what we're going to have here. This negative will be outside. Okay, so the next thing you do now is to make sure that you carry out, or let's bring this log to this side, since we have factorizing, or we put this way or we put this way. So any of which you can do it, no problem. So you can put this, you can as well write it like this, minus log e to base a. Then let's have what is inside here, 1 over 1 minus x plus 1 over 1 plus x. Okay, so let's solve it this way. Then the next thing you do now is to find the LCM. Let's solve what is inside the bracket. Let's solve what is inside the bracket here. Now, what is the LCM? The LCM now is this one multiplying this, which is what? X minus, okay, 1 minus x, rather 1 minus x e to what? 1 plus x. Remember, in algebra, when we have something like this, it means what's difference of two squares, which means 1 minus what? S squared. So this is the LCM. This one can be written at this, so we put it here. So we're going to have log minus log what? E to base a. Then the LCM is what? 1 minus s squared. Okay, so the next thing you do now, this one goes inside here. If this one goes here, then you are going to be left with this positive 1. Then positive 1 times this one, you're going to give you what? 1 plus x. Okay, then we have a positive here plus, then if this goes here, you're going to be left with this 1 minus x here. So which means you're going to have a 1 minus x. Okay, so at the end of the day, look at what we have now. We have in a positive x and negative x. So this one and this, they are all gone. Then we then have a 1 plus 1, which means we then have equal to minus log e to base a. We have 2 over 1 minus s squared. But remember, it is not written like this in our standard derivative. So the log has to come to this other side. And here is negative, which means my final answer, the y, the s, is equal to negative 2 over 1 minus s squared, then log e to base a. That is our final answer. If you find this class very interesting, please do not hesitate to share this video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Physics and Mathematics Lovers. God bless you. Bye.